Hi everyone, Eugene Sachs here with another video review from GameCritics.com. Roguelike deck builders have been a really hot commodity in the past few years, and there's just something so satisfying and enjoyable about building my own deck of cards to get through a game. Banners of Ruin takes that a step further and adds some strategy game elements, allowing players to control a team with the goal of taking down a tyrannical ruler. But can it stand up to some of the most well-known deck builders out there? Banners of Ruin puts players in control of a group of rebels rising up against the tyrannical rule of House Ender after a traitor handed the kingdom to them. Now the player's house, House Blackfoot, wants to put things right by infiltrating the city, eliminating the usurper, and giving the city back to its people. Gameplay is split between combat and travel phases. In the travel phase, players will choose from 3 decks of cards that represent different paths throughout the city. Each deck can have events like shops offering opportunities to purchase cards and equipment, chances to recruit characters, or chances to gain experience and level up party members. The combat phase will have the player using their deck to fight corrupt city guards and mercenaries, normally winning some type of new card and gold used to buy items later. This is all common ground shared with other deck builders, but there's a strategy element that sets Banners of Ruin apart. In combat, both sides have a front line and back line split up into 3 lanes. This makes movement critical to winning combat. If a player can push an enemy into an inactive lane, it can delay their attacks and buy time to set up additional defenses or inflict a damaging status effect. If an enemy is going to attack, players can use a movement card to transfer the target to a different lane, and the enemy attack will miss. These are all great ideas to enrich deck builder gameplay, but I feel like things are in need of more balancing. While the game encourages players to move characters around to dodge attacks and alter the turn order, there weren't enough movement cards available to reliably move my troops around, nor the enemy for that matter. I always felt it easier to simply throw the heaviest armor on my characters and pray for cards that allowed me to stack shields. Also, this game demands efficiency and will brutally punish players if they make a mistake. I used an ability that allowed my character to swap places with another to try and mitigate damage, but it ended up giving the enemies a bonus that allowed them to wipe my party in 1 round. Banners of Ruin also never makes it worth recruiting characters except for the rare lucky occurrence of getting a character for free by winning combat instead of buying them. Right before each boss, there will always be a spot to recruit characters. Most of the time, though, these new recruit characters are weaker than my party, and they never felt ready for the fights they were immediately thrown into. When I tried using this option, I'd recruit a character right before a boss fight, only to have them killed 1 or 2 rounds into combat. On the other hand, if I tried to go forward without new characters, I'd end up falling into fights where I was outnumbered, and at that point, my deck and strategy didn't matter. I'm torn on Banners of Ruin. The atmosphere and artwork are superb, and I like the story that it's trying to tell. I also enjoy the concepts it's trying to deliver and the new ideas it offers to the deck building genre. Ultimately, though, it doesn't feel like it hits what it's aiming for, and it's a hard one to recommend, except to the most hardcore deck builder fans out there. For me, Banners of Ruin gets a 6.5 out of 10.